There are fathers, man. I know now. I'm in a position to look at this in judging cases inside the nation. And I'm telling you that there are young men that came and confessed to me that their father raped them. Mm. Now, hell, the boy ain't trying to be naked around his father, but hell, if a little boy can't change around his dad without the father thinking crazy. My daughter is a nurse, and she saw a baby brought in. A man had tried to put his penis in a baby and split that baby from her vagina all the way down to her anus, and the baby died. Something has to be done. We can't live like this. And in our world, the penalty for abusing women and children is death.
Should be, absolutely.
And unless we are willing at some point to kill those who rape our women, to kill those who destroy our children, that's gonna come. Not now, because you gotta be taught first and given a chance to reform your life, but you are not gonna live among us and carry out that crap and not pay for it. We don't give a damn about this man's law. We have to have a law that we live by. That's the law of God. We talk about white police shooting black men, real. We talk about us killing each other, real. Have you ever checked out the statistics of how many abortions go through the black community in a year? Not just some, millions of unborn life that could answer the prayers that we have sent up to God. The answer is coming through the womb of a woman. You are sacred. Your womb is sacred, and that channel that leads to the womb, there's a hymen there that tells you that you don't break that unless you're serious about what life is. The pain of breaking the hymen and the pain or the joy of sex leads to the pain of birth, which is equal to the pain of death. No, my dear sister, you're too precious. You are the glory of God for man, and we want to always honor, respect you, love you, and be willing to fight and die to protect your honor. That's the way we've been taught by Elijah Muhammad, and I think he was right. Let the black man go and stop deceiving them that you are really their friend. If you were their friend, why did you kill Gaddafi? Why did you destroy Libya and then create the problem of refugees running out of North Africa into Europe? That's your doing, Miss Clinton. If you love black people, why are you destroying Haiti? If you love black people, why did you, Mr. Clinton, stop them from the rice that they were producing in Haiti to feed themselves and other Caribbean nations, and you put the rice out of business, and now rice is coming from Arkansas, chicken coming from Arkansas, when it once was growing right there in Haiti. You got to take responsibility for the hell that you've been giving to our people, not only in America, but in Haiti and the Caribbean, and now in Africa. Mrs. Clinton, your hand is bloody. What will you do? You want to escape it, let the black man go. Stop lying to us that you love us. And if you really love us, let us go and give us some of this territory that we can call our own, and give us the billions of dollars that we can get started with land and with tractors and the things that would make us an independent nation. Why would I want to buy a gun that you use to kill my brother? But that shows you the hate that is in the world, where you can offer a gun that killed a black man and offer it for $250,000. See? What about the gun that killed the 9 in South Carolina? How much will we pay for that? See, people are insulting us every day. Man, I just say we're going to wake up, man.
Before you pass judgment, pause for a moment. What if the very leaders we're told to trust are the same ones who built the prison gates for our sons? What if the food on our tables, the drugs on our streets, and even the culture we celebrate are all part of a carefully designed plan to destroy us? That's not conspiracy talk. That's history. And Minister Louis Farrakhan has been one of the few voices bold enough to say it out loud. For over 60 years, he's exposed the hidden hand of government, corporations, and culture, showing how every solution given to Black America often hides a deadly trap. In this unfiltered conversation, Farrakhan pulls back the curtain again. He calls out Hillary Clinton and Joe Biden for their role in the 1994 crime bill that caged a generation of young black men. He exposes how drugs were weaponized, how food was stripped of its life-giving power, and how addiction was engineered to be almost impossible to escape. But here's where it gets uncomfortable. He doesn't just stop at blaming the system. He turns the focus inward, on us, our diets, our lifestyles, the choices we've allowed to become normal. Farrakhan says plainly, sometimes we are our own worst enemy. Whether you agree or disagree, one thing is certain. Farrakhan refuses to sugarcoat the truth. And whether you view him as a prophet, a radical, or a troublemaker, you can't deny the power in his voice. So lean in, because the words you're about to hear may challenge everything you thought you knew about America and about yourself.
I heard Miss Clinton was here at the Breakfast Club. Wise move, brother. Now, you want to know what I think. You didn't ask me, but I think I did. Mrs. Clinton is probably the most qualified. She's a brilliant woman. She has great experience. She could, if she would, make a good president. But Mrs. Clinton has a record that I think black folks should study. Mr. Clinton with Joe Biden, they're the ones that's the architect of that crime bill.
1994 crime bill.
That put most of our young men in jail. They didn't want to stop crime. They wanted, like Nixon said, he wanted to develop something that would crush black people, but it had to look like it was favorable. It had to have a good look to it. So Mr. Nixon said, take their passion and criminalize their passion. What is your passion, man? Our passion is to get high on the weekends or every day. That's your passion. Okay, how do we criminalize it? First, we're going to make it more deadly. I smoked reefers as a young boy. I did. I told y'all that when I was here the last time. And getting high back then is not like getting high today. The reefer that I used to smoke cost 50 cents. Today, how much does it cost? Don't you tell me. How much does it cost? A lot.
It's a lot. Yeah, it depends what kind. They got different flavors. And I don't smoke, but it's a lot.
Now, a different flavor, which means there's chemicals added to the weed itself. And once you get a hit, you find it's more difficult to stop smoking it than it was when I was smoking. So now, these things lead to hard drugs, harder drugs. It's a conspiracy of death. And I'm just hoping that our people will wake up, man. Your lifestyle is what has to change. You are your own worst enemy when you adopt a lifestyle that is not a lifestyle, but it's actually death. You hang out, you eat the wrong foods. And my dear sisters, you have to learn how to cook. You know, when I was coming along, every girl had to study home economics. Every boy that didn't want to go to college had a school to go to learn a trade. Right now, all the trade schools are gone, and girls don't really learn not just how to cook, but the science of cooking. Food is what maintains the life you have, the flesh of your body. Check any green leafy thing. You see the pores, you see the veins. Go look at a leaf, you see the same pores, the same veins. You eat a good healthy leaf, it strengthens your life. Your blood, the stone of the earth is the bone of your body. And all of these things are maintained through nutrition. So what the enemy has done, he takes the mineral strength out of the food and then processes it and puts it in a pill so you go to a health food store. When yesterday the supermarket really had food in it that gave you energy, direct from the farm. Now you got food coming from South America, from California. Well, hell, if it's from California, by the time it gets to New York, what condition is it? They gas the food, they color the food, they make the food look good, but when you eat it, ask yourself, 30, 40, 50 years ago, cancer was a Caucasian disease. We didn't have that. But today we lead in every type of cancer. It's because of malnutrition. We're getting bigger, fatter, dumber. Sorry. But that's real, because we don't know what to do with what comes from the earth naturally.
Wouldn't you think men and women need to know how to cook then?
I think so. I never learned.
Equally?
And that means I'm so dependent. I have to admit it. But yeah, men should cook, because Elijah Muhammad cooked. He taught the women of the nation how to cook, because that's what he was taught. So yes, men should learn to cook as well. And I told my wife, you know, as I'm getting older, I really would like to know how to do that, you know, because it would relax my mind just to get in the kitchen and cook up something, because I'm learning the science of food.
Said some things about women, obviously, throughout the course of your 60 years of us studying you. And one of those things is about how women dress and how we present ourselves, and being virtuous and not being stripped down and not distracting men. But some women would say, well, listen, I should be able to dress however I want to dress. It shouldn't matter what I have on. I should command that same type of respect. And that is something that's been going on. They've had the slut walk that's been going on in different countries and nations. And I would love to know what you have to say about that today.
I would say to my dear sisters, look, I'm in love with you. I love you like I love life itself. I respect and honor you because that's the way I've been taught and trained. But my dear sisters, you have to learn how to respect yourself. These things that make you attractive to men, they're called in the Quran your adornments. Your breast adorns your body. The beauty of your hair is an adornment. Men don't freak out over our hair unless, we a little strange, but but a woman's hair is a thing of beauty. Your hair beautifies you. Your breast is what we all nursed from when we came in this world. Unless mother was too busy and you and I became bonded not to our mother's breast, but to a plastic bottle. Your thighs. We came from between your thighs into this world. And somebody had to get between your thighs to produce life. You are not just a woman, you are a sacred vessel. I'm not trying to put our women on a pedestal that they don't deserve to be on. No man is a man without a woman. It's a woman that helps the man to be a man. A man that don't have a woman don't know if he's one. What do I mean by that? A woman will test you to see if you are what you say you are. Any woman that you fall in love with, she love you too, but she gonna try you. That's her nature. She gotta know that she can depend on you. She gotta know that you'll stand up for her. She got to know that you'll back up the children that she brings in the world for us. So now, look at the movies of Jesus. You see women around Jesus. How do they dress? What do they look like around the master? Their hair's covered. You don't see them with their breast exposed or the ornamental effect of their hips and buttocks. You don't see that. They're covered around Jesus. Why? I mean, Mary Magdalene might have been uncovered when she met him. But after he got finished teaching her, she knew her value. Now, as a woman, yes, this is your body. You have a right to dress as you please. But you got to think, who is the teacher and the trainer of us? We came up under our former slave masters. And look how he used to dress his woman. Go and look at the old movies. When we were slaves on the plantation, she didn't come out in no burlap. She came out dressed, and her dress covered her body. The slave was looking at her too. Miss Ann looked pretty good. After slavery was over, watch how the dress of the women changed. Watch how the length of the dress got shorter. And women used to think they were undressed if the dress came to the calf. Now, I've seen sisters with a dress on that is so short. When she sits, I watch them on TV. You gotta sit to the side, drape that leg over. I don't know how the hell they do it, but to cover up heaven.
It is heaven.
Heaven. And as a man, we are the aggressive fellas. That's the way God made nature. If we are natural man, we are attracted to a woman. You are our natural partner in the act of procreation. Now, there's a time and a place for everything. But when a fine-looking woman with a fine-looking form walks down the street, a man could be working with a jackhammer. And when he spies that woman, he'll watch her as she walks. Because if you don't have on something that holds, makes the buttocks firm, you see a light basketball going. Motion. What, did I say something wrong?
No. You honest, speaking the truth.
When we look at that up and down, you know, it's motion, it's attracting. We look. What kind of thought comes up in your mind when that woman is that fine? Talk to me. You don't say, oh, what a great creature. Like a dog, you may say, man, I sure like to have some of that.
Yeah.
That's not what you want.
But it don't give us the right to disrespect them either, though. I think that's what a lot of girls are saying. They can wear what they want, and that doesn't entitle us to disrespect them.
Well,
to not be judged on the way that you're dressed either.
It's okay. That's fine. But you invite the rapist. You invite the pervert. Do you know how many men that are out of work that just stand around on the corner watching your daughters coming home from school? Today, with the hormonal things that they're putting in foods, in the beef, in the lamb, in the chicken, in the pork, these hormones, when you eat the meat, you find a 9-year-old daughter with breasts bigger than her mother's, hips wider than her mother's, and men haven't got nothing to do but sit and watch you go and come from school, and some of them start plotting immediately. How can I get that? If you take a little time and watch forensics and see what men, sick-minded men, do, and I don't know whether it's wise for women to feed the sickness that's in the man.
When conversations about women, respect, and abuse come up, most people shy away. It's uncomfortable, it's painful, and too often, it's swept under the rug. But Farrakhan refuses to let it slide. He digs into one of the darkest realities in our community, the violation of women and children, not just by strangers, but sometimes by the very people who are supposed to protect them. Fathers, uncles, cousins, even brothers. It's the kind of truth that makes people shift in their seats, but Farrakhan forces us to face it. He says plainly, there has to be accountability, real accountability. Because a society that does not protect its women and children is a society that is already doomed. And according to him, no law from Washington, no courtroom, no slap on the wrist is enough. When the crime is this deep, the punishment must be just as heavy. But behind his stern warning is something even bigger. Love. Love for black women. Love for their sacred role as life-bringers and nurturers. Farrakhan reminds us that women are not objects, not ornaments, and not possessions to be used and discarded. They are vessels of life itself, God's most powerful creation. And when women begin to see their worth, when men begin to honor that worth, then, and only then, can the community rise. This is why his words sting. Because he's not only pointing to the sickness around us, he's pointing to the sickness within us. And whether you agree with his solution or not, his challenge is clear. If we truly want justice, it has to start at home.
In the man.
Although I think rapists are sick-minded anyway, I see rapists molest and assault young children that have not developed at all, period. You know, people attack women that they're friends with, acquaintances with, that might not be dressed in any type of sexy clothing at all.
Yeah, I think a rapist going to rape you regardless of what you're wearing. I understand what you're saying, though.
But yes, I mean, that's true what you're saying. But just look at what's happening today. Here are fathers taking off their daughters. Here are uncles and grandfathers and cousins and brothers taking off their family members. Here are fathers, man. I know now I'm in a position to look at this in judging cases inside the nation. And I'm telling you that there are young men that came and confessed to me that their father raped them. Now, hell, the boy ain't trying to be naked around his father, but hell, if a little boy can't change around his dad without the father thinking crazy. My daughter is a nurse, and she saw a baby brought in. A man had tried to put his penis in a baby and split that baby from her vagina all the way down to her anus, and the baby died. Something has to be done. We can't live like this. And in our world, the penalty for abusing women and children is death.
Should be, absolutely.
And unless we are willing at some point to kill those who rape our women, to kill those who destroy our children, that's gonna come. Not now, because you gotta be taught first and given a chance to reform your life, but you are not gonna live among us and carry out that crap and not pay for it. We don't give a damn about this man's law. We have to have a law that we live by. That's the law of God. And I'm just telling, we're not clean enough to do that. We're not righteous enough to do that. But at some point, I hope we never will have to do that. But I have beautiful daughters that grew up in my house. I never saw my daughter's legs. When they were babies, yes, but as they matured, I never saw them. They came out of their bedroom. They had a garment on. They had a house coat on. They couldn't go around their brothers in a manner that would inspire in a young man lust. You have to understand the nature of our creation. That's how life continues, through procreation. So there's a natural thing in a man for a woman. And when he sees a woman disrobed, well, all I got to do is ask you this. How many spies are females? And how do they get the secrets of a government? They put a woman on that man. Because it's hard for a man to just walk away from a woman that's exposing herself and is desirous of having sex with you. That's hard.
You let all your guard down.
Well, some do.
Yeah.
And I've been tested by that. I have to tell you the truth. But God is my witness, man. So far, I've not yielded to that kind of temptation. I have too much respect for a woman and too much respect for myself. But I don't want to see our women abused. And when I talked about Beyonce, I don't talk about my sister in a negative way. I love her too much. But she's so fine. And God knows these men lust after her with the beauty of her form. And when a woman dances in a manner that is suggestive. That's what is in these peep shows. Men get off the highway and go into a peep show. Why do the peep show make money? They make money off of the nature of us. That's what Nixon was saying. Criminalize their passion, and we can fill the jails with them. So my dear sisters, you're beautiful. And I would just ask, if you look at our sisters, we're not trying to enslave them. After they know themselves and love themselves, they want to cover themselves. That's the nature of decency. Cover. You'll have enough time to uncover when you meet the right person.
Now let me ask you a question.
I'm pro-choice and pro-life. I want a woman to think hard about the man she chooses to give herself to, because you are too precious to give yourself away to somebody that ain't fit to be in a bed with you. Have no thought of responsibility. He just wants pleasure. And after the pleasure is taken, you are like a piece of toilet paper. He throws you away and finds somebody else. You deserve better than that. And you should demand better than that from any man. And when you give yourself to that man, that's pro-choice. I choose to lay down with this man because I love him. He's shown himself to me to be worthy of what I have to give him. And then we pray that when you're pregnant, he won't run away from you. And sometimes these brothers, once you tell them you're pregnant, you don't hardly want to see them anymore. Not that you don't want to see them, they don't want to see you. Right. They come back, what? Pregnant? You know what you should do? You should get rid of it. Now, I close that point with this. Brothers, look, we talk about white police shooting black men, real. We talk about us killing each other, real. Have you ever checked out the statistics of how many abortions go through the black community in a year? Not just some, millions of unborn life that could answer the prayers that we have sent up to God. The answer is coming through the womb of a woman. You are sacred. Your womb is sacred, and that channel that leads to the womb, there's a hymen there that tells you that you don't break that unless you're serious about what life is. The pain of breaking the hymen and the pain or the joy of sex leads to the pain of birth, which is equal to the pain of death. No, my dear sister, you're too precious. You are the glory of God for man, and we want to always honor, respect you, love you, and be willing to fight and die to protect your honor. That's the way we've been taught by Elijah Muhammad, and I think he was right. And as time goes on, you will see the reason why we are dying is and our women are being spared is because in war, it's the male of the opponent after the male that he's after. Once he destroys the male, who gets the spoils of war?
The winner.
It's the one who wins. And why are you called booty? Why is your backside called your booty?
Pirate booty.
Treasure.
It's a treasure.
It's a treasure. God dog it. Shouldn't it be our treasure? She's our treasure. Why should we let any man come in and take our treasure, calling it booty? And why should we be that low down to do that ourselves? See, brother, I just have to say, that's why we are dying off. And they are taking our women. Right now, white men treat you better than a black man. You go and meet some white boys in school, the black man is talking junk. The white boy trying to talk sense. But in the sense that he's talking to get up close to you, because as a race, they are dying. And the only way they can live is to live through the womb of a black woman. You all don't know who you are. You don't know your power. You don't know the time that you're living in. And once you get that knowledge, then you can make a good decision for yourself. And I believe you'll choose wisely. I look at the freaks in Paris that design women's clothes.
Shoot, all the men wearing them now.
What you say? Charlemagne. I couldn't put on one of them skinny suits. I said, damn, what is that? It's all up here. The fly that used to be hidden by the length of a coat is all the way up here. Your behind is out as a man. Well, who's spotting that for you?
Yeah, it's almost like if they can't kill us, they want to feminize us.
Say it again, Charlemagne. That's exactly right. The black male is being feminized. Oh, I got to say one more thing on that. Have you seen these commercials? If you take this this medicine and you find yourself developing breasts, stop immediately.
I think you went too far if you start growing breasts.
That's the point. But it's a chemical reaction. Do you know? Look, there's another medicine. They say if you take this and you have suicidal thoughts, stop. You mean a pill with chemistry in it could make me, as a sane man, think insanity to kill myself? Well, what about the rise of homosexuality and lesbianism? Is that a natural phenomena? Are we born that way? Or is it a chemical reaction that makes us susceptible to ideas like that? We got to think now, because we're dealing with a scientist of evil that is called in the scriptures Satan. And he's working on us, baby. And I'm just saying this on this wonderful TV show. I think if we checked what we eat and check the pills that we use, we'll find out that some of us are absolutely being chemicalized as we're being feminized.
Well, you speak about killing our kids. What was your reaction towards hearing that the gun used to kill Trayvon Martin was auctioned off by George Zimmerman for $250,000?
Well, that's like the cross that Jesus was martyred on. Somebody come along and sell a piece of it to somebody that loves Jesus? Why would I want a piece of the cross that you nailed my Savior to? Why would I want to buy a gun that you use to kill my brother? But that shows you the hate that is in the world, where you can offer a gun that killed a black man and offer it for $250,000. See? What about the gun that killed the 9 in South Carolina? How much will we pay for that? See, people are insulting us every day. Man, I just say we gonna wake up, man. That man, what's his name?
George
Zimmerman. There'll be a time coming soon where he won't even be able to walk near us. What are you saying, Farrakhan? I'm saying what I said. There'll be a time when those who kill us outside of the law of justice will be afraid. They have to look over their shoulder every day because the tribe is getting angry. The people want justice. And if you're not going to give us justice, we have to take justice. That's the thing that's coming. And if you don't want anarchy, if you don't want revolt, if you don't want revolution, then give the human being justice that is the joy of freedom. The people want justice.
Now you speak with a lot of celebrities, a lot of artists, a lot of entertainers. We talk about the bad stuff in our communities, but a lot of these artists are spewing this bad things in our community. And this is a community where some kids don't have fathers, and they look at these artists as their fathers, as their inspirations, as people they want to be. Do you ever talk to these artists about cleaning up their music and being more positive and not talking about hoeing and drugs? And because you meet with a lot of artists,
yes,
you meet with a lot of artists.
When they sit down with me, I'm not their judge. Elijah Muhammad said to me, "When I'm gone, brother, you may sit in my seat as the father over the house in my absence." I love my people. I live and I will die to see our people free. When I meet a rapper, I'm looking at the God within him, that he has 5 million, 10 million followers. You don't magnetize 10 million followers unless you have a great gift. And that gift comes from only one source, he who gives the gift, that's God. But you're using your gift improperly. You're using your gift to feed filth and degeneracy to your people. But all we need to do is sit with you and then turn your gift in the right direction, and then you'll have 5 million followers that you teach and raise and make a difference in their lives. I was in North Carolina yesterday, and 2 Chainz was coming through, and he wanted to sit with Brother Farrakhan for a minute, and we had at least 40 minutes together, and those are some of the things we talked about. We talked about the number of followers that he has. And I said, brother, show me a pastor that can show you 5 million following him. I said, that puts on you a great responsibility to use your gift to elevate the consciousness of those who follow you. And he, of course, agreed. And I asked him, are you working on a new album? And he said, yes, he is. And we talked about what will come out in his next album. And, you know, he has a very beautiful mother. And his mother, I hope you won't be disturbed with me too, as I'm saying something private that you and I spoke of, but Mom is going through something with cataracts. And a son that loves his mother and is watching his mother suffer through something. Every rapper, look at Kanye, his beautiful mother. She came to my home in Chicago. She's a great educator. And she made a son that's more than just a rapper. Kanye, like you, they asked you, I think you were on somebody's show, and they asked you about why you say you're a god.
Oh, on Stephen Colbert's show.
Yeah. What intrigued Colbert? It would have been all right if you said, Charlemagne the devil. He wouldn't even ask you a question about that, because it's easy to be against the nature of yourself, the way he's made you. It's hard to now be the God that you know you are. So you gave him a hell of an answer, brother, when you told him, yeah, I mean, it's a challenge, but I accept that challenge. In other words, you've given yourself something to live up to because you are a God. Kanye's a God. DJ's a God. Angela is a God. I thought God was all male. No. How could we be God and you not be when you produced us? Tell us. See, when you understand this woman and our relationship to her, so he's gonna write some stuff about mom, about life, but he's gonna have to put a little spice in it too. It can't get holy overnight, man. This is real. You gotta hit him with something that, oh yeah, okay, I'm all right, but here, check this one out.
I heard you give Kendrick props because you said you feel like it's a rise in black consciousness in the music.
Yes, I've never met brother, but I see him as a very great thinker. He's very conscious. His lyrics are tremendous, and the beat. Look, this is the genius of us. We got the whole world, brother, in our hands. You go to China, the Chinese youth got their pants dropping and fixing their hair strange, and they know all the rap. All you got to do is just twist it a little. Satan grabbed rap that came out of the Bronx. That was consciousness. Public Enemy, KRS-One, Big Daddy Kane. They were teaching. White folks saw that. This is against our plan. If they continue like that, these little Negroes will be up and thinking and dangerous for us. Let's see if we can turn it. Well, they come up out of the ghetto. They usually use drugs, sold drugs, wear guns, get in gang fights. Let's see if we can get them to talk about that life, and let's promote it and make them rich.
What if the music that raised us, inspired us, and gave us a voice was never meant to save us, but to trap us? Farrakhan pulls back the curtain on one of the industry's darkest secrets, the link between record labels and the prison system. Behind the stage lights and platinum plaques lies a business model that is built on destruction. When you glamorize guns, drugs, and beefs in the music, it doesn't just stay on the beat. It spills into the streets. And everybody that falls, every life cut short, every young man locked up, becomes profit for someone else. He reminds us that hip-hop didn't begin this way. It started as a voice of consciousness, which was a tool to uplift, to educate, to awaken. Public Enemy, KRS-One, Big Daddy Kane. They spoke truth to power. But once the system saw that power, it twisted the art form. Instead of feeding the mind, it fed the cycle of self-destruction. And here's the danger. Artists don't just make music. They shape culture. They influence millions. Farrakhan makes it clear. With that kind of power comes responsibility. Because if a rapper can inspire kids to throw their lives away, he can also inspire them to build, to think, and to rise. This isn't about silencing music. It's about reclaiming it. Turning a weapon back into a weapon of truth. Because if we don't control our culture, the system will, and the cost will always be our future.
See, you don't see the people behind the scenes plotting, but that's the plot. Did I tell you the last time I was here that there was a meeting that I heard of in California where prison executives met with record executives, and they talked about prisons being on the stock market, and they wanted to increase the the people that were coming to prison, and they felt that using the records, labels, and the promoting of beefs through the record label. Right now in Chicago is a beef between Little Dirk and King Louis, and each of them have 500,000, 600,000 followers. So when you start promoting a beef and nobody wants to help clean it up, I didn't like to see the brother that came up in the studio,
Birdman.
Birdman.
He's a great giant. You know, I don't want to see him beefing with you, because the two of you, if we settle it, we bring peace, because you got millions following you. He got millions following him. So when the beef is on his folk, I'm with that. We got to do this. And we push up on each other, man. That ain't wise. So I'm hoping that my brother will squash all these beefs, man, so we can have some peace and get to the real enemy, which is not each other. Any other questions?
Yeah, I just got two more questions. One, you know, when you spoke on about your experience on the wheel, people called you crazy. But now Hillary Clinton is saying that she promises to reveal the truth about UFOs if she becomes president. What do you think about that?
Yeah, Jimmy Carter said the same thing. He saw the wheels, and he said when he became president, he was going to open it up. When Eisenhower was president, he sent somebody out there and to Nevada to see what that was about, and they told Eisenhower that they were not going to open that up for him. He said, "You're going to open it up for me. He'll bring the First Army and take it over." He threatened them. There's something real in Area 51. Hillary Clinton knows about it. She's been exposed. One of the a Jewish man, I can't remember his name right now, but he befriended her. It's a Rockefeller. Yeah, it's a Rockefeller. And he became friends with the Clintons and opened up his file on UFOs to Mr. and Mrs. Clinton. They've been knowing about it. President Obama was giving out awards one day, and he said he was the first president to openly talk about Area 51, that this woman who he was giving an award to has been championing, letting the American people know the reality of what's above our heads. And so Farrakhan has been taught by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad about these things. They're very, very real. I've had an experience with the wheel. I know what I'm talking about. And that's why I'm so bold. Brothers and sisters, you know, I don't talk God. I'm backed by God. And I mean, if you want to kill me, I can't stop you. Help yourself. But you'll die right afterwards. I hope. No, I'm serious.
I know.
God will take America down in 12 hours by the clock. You have no power with the God I serve. See if you can stop the tornadoes. They're coming more and more. They like women dancing in long skirts. Check that out. Rain coming like you've never seen it before. All of a sudden a flash flood and people, you see the cars going down underwater. Stop it if you can. You got hail coming out of the sky the size of baseball. And soon, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, you see them coming out of the sky like blocks of ice. You got fire going on north of our border in Canada. 1,600 and some odd square miles burning. They've never seen a fire like that. Stop that. You're dealing with a God and the forces of nature. I mean, Obama and all the scientists of war here, you can't stop that. So let me see if I can wrap this up. Do you have another question, Miss Yee?
Oh no, I think we got
to close this out. Our cameraman is almost out of time, and we have to leave with a prayer.
Okay, well, I want to close this with a prayer, but my prayer is a little different. Look, neither Bernie Sanders, Hillary, or Trump can stop the wrath of God that is coming down on America. After this broadcast, the weather will intensify. I'm not before you of myself. I'm a warner from God to America and the nations of the earth by God's permission. God is destroying America by degrees with the forces of nature which you have no power against. Mr. Sanders, you are Jewish, and you have studied the Torah. I know you know about Passover, where God and the angel of death passed over those children of Israel that had an X on their gatepost made with the blood of a lamb. All of that is pointing to today. The death angel is in America as we speak. These natural disasters are going to increase. Hillary can't stop it. Sanders can't stop it. Trump can't stop it. But you can do something that will cause God to give America longer time to exist as a nation. I'm not crazy. I'm not a man that hates this country in which I was born. I want to see you get past what you're facing. America is facing that which will destroy her as a nation and break her power completely. You'll never make America great again, Mr. Trump, but you can extend her time. What can you do? Mr. Sanders, as a Jewish man, what could Pharaoh do to extend his time and stop the plagues from coming on Egypt? This is the modern Egypt, Mr. Sanders. Let the black man go and give us justice. And these things that are whipping you today will start diminishing, and you will get a longer period of time. But you and what you have for the American people, you will never stop what God is bringing down on America. Hillary, you're a strong woman. You're an intelligent woman. You're not a good woman. But if you want to do good, let the black man go and stop deceiving them that you are really their friend. If you were their friend, why did you kill Gaddafi? Why did you destroy Libya and then create the problem of refugees running out of North Africa into Europe? That's your doing, Miss Clinton. If you love black people, why are you destroying Haiti? If you love black people, why did you, Mr. Clinton, stop them from the rice that they were producing in Haiti to feed themselves and other Caribbean nations, and you put the rice out of business, and now rice is coming from Arkansas, chicken coming from Arkansas, when it once was growing right there in Haiti. You got to take responsibility for the hell that you've been giving to our people, not only in America, but in Haiti and the Caribbean, and now in Africa. Mrs. Clinton, your hand is bloody. What will you do? You want to escape it, let the black man go. Stop lying to us that you love us. And if you really love us, let us go and give us some of this territory that we can call our own, and give us the billions of dollars that we can get started with land and with tractors and the things that would make us an independent nation. You could do that if you would. You don't have a lot of time, and if you think I'm crazy, keep going the way you're going and watch what God does.
When Farrakhan speaks about America, he doesn't just talk politics. He talks prophecy. He warns that no president, no election, and no law can stop what's already unfolding. Look outside. Storms more violent than ever. Fires consuming whole regions. Floods drowning cities overnight. To him, these aren't random acts of nature. They are signs. Signs of a nation being judged. And here's the uncomfortable truth. It isn't just about America's leaders. It's about the blood on America's hands. From slavery to Jim Crow to the prison pipeline to foreign wars and the destruction of black nations. The price must be paid. Farrakhan made it clear that Hillary can't stop it. Trump can't stop it. Bernie can't stop it. The only way to delay America's fall is by giving true justice to the very people she has oppressed for centuries. Without that, the disasters will only intensify. It's a heavy message, one that sounds almost unbelievable, until you realize the patterns he points to are already happening all around us. Whether you see him as a prophet or just a man crying out, the question remains, what if he's right? Because if he is, then the storms outside are only the beginning. Minister Farrakhan's words shake the ground beneath our assumptions. Love him or hate him, he forces us to confront truths most would rather ignore. Now the question is yours. Do you believe these are just words, or warnings we can't afford to dismiss? Share your thoughts in the comments if this conversation made you think. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because this is only the beginning of uncovering the truths they don't want us to hear.